Hey there and welcome to Xbox On. So here on the Xbox On team, we love diving deep into the Xbox Game Pass library and trying out its huge selection of games. In case you're wondering what Game Pass is exactly, it's a subscription service that grants you access to a library of over 100 Xbox games to play on Xbox One. You pay the monthly fee and you can download however many of the games you want to play. It's a brand new month and with it comes new games, so let's check out what's coming to Game Pass this August. Limbo is one of my favourite games and 100% worth checking out this August in Xbox Game Pass. Its simple style and eerie atmosphere is interlaced with difficult puzzles and hard-as-nails platforming. You play the role of an unknown boy as he makes his way through a nightmare landscape of black and white forests with giant spiders to mechanical factories with endless chances to be electrocuted, squished and chopped into pieces. There's basically no story in Limbo. All you know is that you need to navigate your way through this simple yet horrifying world, and along the way you'll end up dying. A lot. Seriously, there's so many trial and error puzzles that will focus a lot on the error part until you realise how to make it across. In fact, one of its infamous achievements is completing the game while suffering 5 or less deaths, which is basically near impossible. You have to learn the game by heart, spider legs and all, before you can run through it without falling victim to the endless traps and long drops around you. Limbo is complicated and challenging whilst remaining very simple. It's a creepy experience that will raise the hair on your arms and stay with you a long time after you complete it. Worth checking out as soon as you can on Game Pass. If you were a fan of the Colin McRae series from the very start, you enjoyed the difficulty The Racer gave you. It was fast-paced fun with enough twists and turns to rival a roller coaster. Come snow or sunshine, the Australian outback or Finnish pine forests, The Racer gave you the experience you craved if you were into off-road racing, mixed in with a bit of tarmac for good measure. It seems to have been ages since a rally game came out that gave you the same feel as the original series, but the wait was over when Dirt Rally arrived on our shelves. Codemasters, the publishers behind it, gave us an installment in rally driving we won't quickly forget. The realism is there, with beautifully polished graphics and team mechanics that make you live the sport rather than just race in it. Dirt Rally challenges you at every corner, pushing you to try harder because, with the steep learning curve and ultra-realistic handling, the only way to win is to go full tilt and learn to be comfortable in your very familiar surroundings. If you're a fan of racing sims and want to hit the dirt track, Dirt Rally is the game for you this summer. Hands up if you like killing a ridiculous amount of zombies in graphic and violent ways. Right, I'm taking a note of everyone who's put their hands up and I'm keeping well away from you if I get bitten during the zombie apocalypse. If you're not familiar with the popular zombie slashing series, Dead Rising sees you playing the part of different protagonists as they deal with a rather inconvenient onslaught of zombies trying to eat their brains. In Dead Rising 3, you'll play the part of Nick Ramos in the year 2021 as he teams up with fellow survivors during a zombie apocalypse, all the while learning that the government plan to bomb the city to stop the spread of infection. Yeah, not ideal. Of course, what this does mean is it's the chance for Nick to go to town on the zombie population, slaying left, right and centre with ridiculous weapons and blueprints that allow you to customise even more ridiculous creations. The campaign is lengthy with plenty of action to keep you hooked, with an open world that is ready for you to explore and ransack. However, if single player stories aren't really your thing, then the co-op is ridiculously good fun. You can team up with another survivor as the two of you explore the entire map, take down main story missions together whilst having the option to complete side missions separately. If you want to spend a large chunk of August taking out chunks of zombies' brains, then be sure to check out Dead Rising 3. Metal Slug XX is an enhanced version of run-and-gun game Metal Slug 7. In Metal Slug XX, you'll be going up against the evil General Morden's troops on a giant island landfill that has been converted into a military fortress. You'll have a choice of heroes to pick from as you kill everything in sight as you make your way across this adventure. You won't just be shooting your way though, as Metal Slug gives you the option of using murderous tank vehicles, otherwise known as slugs. They'll allow you to wreak total havoc, whether it be in a tank, mech, or a massive mechanical ostrich. The only way that any self-respecting hero gets around these days. You'll have a selection of heroes to choose from, each with their own unique gameplay traits. Marco can inflict more gun damage, Tama takes less damage when driving a slug, and Clark can use a grabbing attack. There's plenty of other heroes to choose from, plus XX has the added character Leona, who has a whole load of extra ammunition. Why not team up with a friend in co-op multiplayer and cause total chaos together? causing all kinds of havoc is always better with friends. If you're a fan of old classics like Contra, then Metal Slug XX will be right up your street. Check it out with Games Pass this August. When I say resource management, you may instinctively think of games like Civilization or Tropico, but when it comes to this colourful little gem of a game, Lemmings is actually a better fit. So Many Me, a puzzle platformer with attitude, follows Philo as he, she, or it tries to get through the various adventures put in front of them. Philo has clones, several of them, that he meets through the game, and these clones are critical to your success. Philo controls these Mies and can use them as he wishes, turning them to stone, decoys, or even putting them together to make giant monsters. They all have their own place and need to be used in the correct sequence to make it to the end of the adventure. There are boss battles too, and it's crucial you use your Mies to their fullest potential. Their shapes, sizes, and abilities are key to solving the puzzles of how to destroy your ultimate enemies. So Many Me is a beautifully crafted, family-orientated game that is psychedelic in colour and gloriously fun to play. Get it on Xbox Games Pass now. Ultratron is a colourful yet demanding experience, particularly on the ocular level. When I first fired it up, I was taken back to the days when I first played Geometry Wars, trying to make it through waves of enemies that are coming at you fast. What is different though is the fact that enemies shoot, and that can be hard for Geometry War lovers to get their head around. On top of that, the levels are very different from each other, getting gradually more difficult and teeth-grindingly frustrating. However, through purchasing upgrades for your weapons, shields, and armory, and adding allies, it does get easier. There are several different tactics you can use as well to help you navigate the fiercely competitive battlefield, which gets even more bonkers when the bosses turn up. The only gripe to have is the fact that when you die, you have to go back quite a few levels, which means dying is more painful than it should be. As shoot 'em ups go, Ultratron is fun, infuriating, and rewarding in equal measure, and is definitely not to be missed. Death awaits in every corner in Egypt, in this unforgiving, side-scrolling action RPG set in ancient Egypt. Pharaonic sees you exploring a huge kingdom full of difficult enemies and dangers lurking around every bend, as you desperately try to find out the truth behind the Red Pharaoh. A big part of Pharaonic is combat, fine-tuning your skills, looting better gear so you'll be a stronger foe, and picking a fight style that suits you. You can go for a more swift approach, choosing lightweight equipment and relying on your agility to avoid attacks and stay alive, or maybe you prefer a heavy fight style, striking hard but taking heavier hits in the process. As you learn new skills and divine powers, you can use these to overcome your enemy and end up victorious. The combat style is similar to Dark Souls, with a heavy emphasis on parrying and blocking, with a single mistake proving to be fatal for you. Aside from combat, there's plenty of characters to talk to, areas of ancient Egypt to explore, and weapons and items to equip and use to your advantage. If you want something to challenge you whilst living out your ancient history lessons dreams, then check out Pharaonic. And there we have it, 7 new games coming to Xbox Game Pass for you to try out this August. Let us know in the comments below what you're most looking forward to playing, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all things Xbox, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video too. I'll see you next time, bye!